House numbers, one of those suburban functional necessities. Well, I've got a little project for you that could make your house number the talk of the street, or at the very least, it'll become a pretty funky piece of modern industrial style art. The idea of this project is that you use paper mache characters to create a 3D imprint in a cement mix. So what you need to build is a negative mould. When you select your characters, make sure they're nice and thick to maximise the 3D effect. The tools you need are pretty simple: a tape measure and square, a power saw, a driver drill, a straight edge, a pencil, and a couple of long clamps are handy too. You'll also want a wheelbarrow, a trowel, a clean bucket and something to mix your cement with. I used a concreter's hoe. And don't forget some gloves and a dust mask. And here's the list of materials you'll need. It's pretty straightforward too. Start by deciding on your position, size and spacing, and remember they have to be positioned mirror image as we're creating a negative mould. To keep things simple, I just put my characters one level width from the bottom. Once positioned, check the spacing and mark the spot for the end character. Then measure to find the correct point on the opposite end and mark that up. Mark your top line. Again, I just went for one level width. This marked out space will be the baseboard for your mould. Next, extend the line all the way to the top. Find the middle of the section above the baseboard and rule that out. These will be your side panels. In the so far unmarked space, rule out for the two end panels. They need to be as wide as the base plus twice the thickness of the sheet. Now fire up your power saw. Use your saw with the distance guide fitted to make your cutting more accurate. Once you've cut all your pieces, place the base on a flat surface. Position one side ensuring it's aligned flush with the ends. Hold together with a clamp before pre-drilling and screwing. Then, making sure everything's square as you go, assemble the rest of the box, give it a dust off and you're done with stage one. Put a generous amount of glue on your first character and then following all your marked points, put it in place pressing down nice and firmly. Repeat for the other characters. Check their spacings and then wipe off any excess glue with a damp cloth and put your box in the sun to let the glue set. Now for the cement mixing. Use the bucket to measure your ingredients out, as this is way more accurate than the rough measure of a shovel scoop. This mix is a basic sand and cement mix of 3 parts sand to 1 part cement. And by coincidence, I use 3 buckets of sand to 1 bucket of cement. Make sure you're wearing a dust mask when adding and mixing the cement through. Thoroughly blend a dry mix of the sand and cement and keep on hurrying until the colour is consistent throughout. Then add the oxide colouring. I used a black oxide and I used lots to make it nice and dark. Now blend again until it's all totally mixed through. Add water a little at a time, mixing as you do. Keep going until you get to a mix that is a little short of being pourable. When you've got your mix right, ladle a small amount into the mould around the characters and with gloves on, push gently but firmly into all of the little nooks and crannies of the characters and the corners of the mould box. You can now fill the box up, pressing the mix down and slightly agitating as you go to get rid of any air pockets. Trowel the back off, cover with plastic and leave to cure for at least 12 hours. Carefully remove all screws and the side panels before gently rolling the block over. You may need help to do this. Carefully and gently loosen all the corners and then remove the base panel. Pull your paper mache characters out. You'll find they release quite easily and any excess glue can be rubbed off. Tidy up and you're done. Now position your creation in a nice highly visible spot and watch it inspire awe in all of your visitors.